Like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all my people in wet clothes. Styling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that. Wanna party with me?
Greetings to all individuals. I am Nikki Jackson Jr., broadcasting from the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. You are currently tuned into the Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast, a program dedicated to help individuals transform their dreams into tangible achievements. Today, we have the extreme pleasure of conversating with Nikki Jackson, the remarkable founder and CEO of our very own organization within the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. Nikki, thank you for taking time out of your productive schedule. I know you're a very productive woman. I know you got a lot of things cooked in the works, things cooked up. And I thank you for taking time out of your productive schedule once again to be here on the Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. How have you been? I know you had a blowout earlier this morning, but by the grace of God, that it wasn't nothing serious, that you're safe and sound. That's the most important thing. Besides that, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. I want to thank you for sharing your platform. Thank you for having me on your platform. Thank you for all you do in the community.
Hey, I appreciate it. I love it here. I made 3 years back in December. December 18 made it 3 years. It's been a very pleasure moment, a ride, an adventure. And we know that the story is not done yet. And this is another chapter for us all. And I thank you for the work that you're doing. Consistent basis on all the time that I see you on social media. You never drift from the left nor the right. You're focused on your goal. You focus on your assignment. You focus on your mission. And I thought you actually was a Texas native. I did not realize you're from Minneapolis and you transitioned here to the DFW back in 2016. And ever since then, you've been running since then. So give us a recap. Give us all the good stuff about who is Nikki Jackson, the girl from Minnesota, now way down here in the South, in Texas, and just really making a mark here in DFW.
Yes. So my name is Nikki. I'm originally from Illinois, but I grew up in Minnesota. I'm a mother of 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls, and 3 grandchildren. I relocated prior to us moving to the DFW area, I used to come visit. So
okay.
I got a feel of the South, and y'all won me over. Obviously the hot weather. Minnesota is very cold. The people here was friendlier. I did not know that we would be moving here. So 2016 we moved here. And the transition wasn't easy at all because I left my grandchildren and my 2 oldest ones. But I knew that I felt like I wasn't growing as a person. A lot of times we get caught up in our comfort zone, where we're from, who we're familiar with, family, friends. I was just too comfortable. And so I had to get from uncomfortable. I didn't even know I was going to be a business owner. I never thought about being a business owner. I never thought about being an entrepreneur, period. And so us relocating, this is where the foundation, a stronger foundation, was built for me and my family.
And that's awesome stuff. And also want to give a big shout out to an old familiar face, Nancy C. out of Miami, Florida. Thank you, Nancy, for tuning in as well. Matter of fact, Nancy me and her used to do a show together called Fight Club back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Thank her for tuning in and watching as well. Much love to you, Nancy, all the way in Miami. So I noticed that a lot of people, Nikki, made a transition here. I was one of those who made a transition here. Like I said, originally from Alabama, I transitioned here in 2020 during the pandemic. And a lot of people have made their way down here in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. I know you hear a lot of times people used to say the cost of living. The cost of living, me personally, is not that expensive here. They don't pay no state tax here. In Alabama, you pay state and federal. Here, you just pay federal, but you don't pay. There's no state tax here. We know a lot of people transition from all over the region and really set foot here. And I see there's a lot of networking. There's a lot of people who are go-getters, who are grinders. And somebody made a post about the DFW, how it's a booming economic system, and I know you are part of that system. How has it been for you? Just the business, the networking, the clientele. So how has all that been going for you?
That has been very good for me. I put myself out there just to get in the right rooms. You know, you have to, again, you got to get out your comfort zone. You have to meet different people. You have to be open minded. And if you're a business owner, that's one of the requirements for you to be able to level up, for, you know, to get to the next level is that networking part. A lot of times I like to say the things that we've been through, someone needs to hear our story. You know, somebody needs to hear our story. We're all here to empower each other. And so networking has got me in, I've got in many rooms with the networking, built relationships. I know me and you have been, you know, in a couple of years ago, we was, you know, in the same area, you know, that
Right,
downtown Dallas. And then
right.
look how we circling around now, you know, so it's just a circle. When you get to networking, it's you get to circling around with, you know, different people.
Yeah, and it's so much stuff here that you just learn stuff as you go. You learn stuff every day. And like you mentioned, getting out there, networking. And a lot of individuals have to understand that you just can't be stuck to the computer 24/7. You have to get out. I mean, like you said, get out the comfort zone. Always go on Google stuff. Somebody always got something going on somewhere. And like you said, it's presenting yourself before the right people. Mean what you say, knowing how to say it. Your confidence has got to be on point. Your eye contact got to be on point, and having all your ducks in a row. And as you being an entrepreneur yourself, what are your pet peeves, Nikki, when it comes to interacting with individuals who wants to do business with you?
Actually, a couple of my big pet peeves is I have to learn that everyone doesn't have the same work ethics as myself. So again, like you just stated, you know, mean what you say and say what you mean. If you're gonna say, you know what I'm saying, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna partner, we're gonna do whatever, you're gonna do this, then show up. A lot of but I found out a lot of people can't show up for themselves. So how can I expect them
Right,
to show up for me? And we have to, you know what I'm saying? So you have to look at it like that too. If somebody's not showing up for themselves, how can you expect them to show up for you?
right. It makes sense what you're saying. Everything starts with self first. And like you said, if they don't show up for themselves, how can they show up for you? You know, the individual always showing up late, always making excuses. That's what they're doing in their own life. They're always showing up late. They're always making excuses. But then at the same time, they want to be taken serious. And I had a conversation with an individual at my job last year. And we had a small conversation. I said what it is now. I know this now. Back in the day, you still got go getters, but now we're in a generation now where you catch a lot of murmuring and complaining a lot.
Yeah,
Um, it don't know work. And when it comes to working, it's like they want the success, but then
they
they
don't
want to
want
be
the
comfortable. They want to be comfortable at the same time. And when you get out here, it takes work, and they get so caught up in the glitz and glamour, instant gratification. But when it comes to work, Nikki, I see a lot of individuals see and hear a lot of individuals always murmuring and complaining. What is your opinion you want to say on that?
opinion is you have to be consistent in anything you do. That's one of the reasons that I have become again, I'm not where I want to be, but I have become successful in the networking game, is, you know what I'm saying, and where I am today in in my business is because I'm being consistent. Again, showing up for myself, branding, networking, just again, at the end of the day, you're showing up for myself. You know, you might have an event where I'm iffy. I might not want to go, but being in them rooms is gonna get me where I need to be at. So being consistent, you know, is just key. Being consistent, and if you have a business, you have to you definitely have to post every day. You have to tell people what you, because everybody on our social media pages know what we, you know, what we have going on, but other people
Right,
might not. You know, like you said, putting yourself on Google, going to networking events, passing out your business cards, actually branding yourself. I have my brand shirt on. You know, branding yourself, just getting out there and putting yourself out there. You know, but it came easy to me because my work ethics, working for somebody else, a 9 to 5, I was one of them co-workers that didn't, employees that didn't call off. I picked up extra shifts. I remember a point in time where I had 120 hours in 1 week. That was the type of employee I was. So when I became an entrepreneur, it was easy. It was easy. My work ethic is what it is.
Right, and making that transition, because I'm glad you had brought that up. I also want to give a big shout out to Miss Foster. Miss Foster in the building. I had her in the podcast about 2 years prior. I had her on the podcast, so big shout out to her watching. Also, big shout out to an awesome young lady I have coming on the show soon. Her name is Ashanti Clifford out of my home state of Alabama. She's watching. Say good evening. So big shout out to her. I never want to forget the individuals who are tuning in on a regular basis and who watch every week. I don't want to forget y'all. I'm the one. I realize, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the business world. Always acknowledge your clients. Always acknowledge your public audience, your video audience, your viewing audience. But these are the ones who pay your bills at the end of the day. So you don't want to forget about them. So I acknowledge everyone who's tuning in. And of course, also people ask a lot of questions too now on the show. So if you have any questions, any statements that you want to share, feel free, go ahead. That's what it's all about here on the show. It's all about all of us, not just about one individual, but about all of us. Iron sharpen iron, growing together and stuff like that. And you mentioned, when you work for the corporation, when you work for someone else, and how you had that work ethic. And a lot of individuals, I would say, well, I try, I just ain't meant to work for anybody. But you gotta realize, when you're working a 9 to 5 or a 12 to 12, it's a learning experience. You learn about the rules. You learn about the bylaws. You learn about the schedule. You'll learn about the requirements. How to go about hiring people, having applications. All that stuff plays a role in entrepreneurship, Nikki, in my opinion. So when you go through that phase of working for someone, you do it as a learning experience.
And it also teaches you how you don't want to treat your employees.
Right. And then also the structure, because some jobs don't have. Well, anyway, that's another broadcast. But on a positive note, structure, you know what I'm saying? And also you gotta realize too, showing up. If you are a business owner and you was an employee, think about it, you was an employee before you was a business owner, you gotta think about, okay, when they present you with this schedule, you made a commitment to commit to that schedule. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I don't want nobody calling out on me. I don't want nobody quitting on me. So I gotta make sure I'm sowing those good seeds that make sense. So if I'm sowing good seeds, I'm gonna reap that harvest in return because I sowed them good seeds to someone else. As well also, and I just look at it, Nikki, it's all about being a student. You're a student of the game. And we're constantly evolving each and every moment, because every time we do a product or every time we make a sale, what we do, we want to get better. Okay, I did get on this one, but I want to take it up another level, because it's all about challenging yourself, growing, evolving, like you said, getting out your comfort zone. And that's the great thing about it as well also. And I know you got a lot of great events coming up as well in the DFW. Elaborate on the upcoming events you have going on. You got a quite amazing panel of individuals who I know personally that's going to be a part of it. So elaborate on the upcoming events you have coming up. It's this month, right? You got this? Okay.
Yeah, we have one this coming up Saturday. And so with our nonprofit organization, Just the Queen with Goals, Empowering Women, we are located in the DFW area. We service the whole DFW area. And what we do, we bring community events and educational workshops. And so we like to bring awareness, accountability, and inner healing. And so for each month, our events are different. So like for this coming up Saturday, we're having a Just Loving Me brunch. And what we're doing is bringing awareness about self-care, self-love, and boundaries. Because a lot of that, it's Valentine's Day, it's love, loving ourselves. So what does that mean to you? Because loving, self-love, self-care, and boundaries look different to everyone. Some people don't even know about self-love. Some people don't love themselves. Some people don't have issues with boundaries. And so what we do, we bring the expert speakers in to pour into the community. Next month we'll be doing a mother-son dance and a mother-daughter dance. And so we put no age restriction because at the end of the day, you're your mother's son forever. You know what I'm saying? Forever. And so we did that last year. So this year will be our second annual. March 8th is our mother-son dance. And again, we'll have speakers, DJs, photos, and that's to create memories. So I like to tell people, my oldest are 29 and 30, and they don't talk about the game systems I bought them and the Jordans. They talk about the quality time that we spent. March 23rd would be our mother-daughter dance. And again, just building relationships, how the relationship looks like from mother and daughter, creating those priceless memories. You're always going to be your mother's first, you know what I'm saying, your mother's daughter and vice versa. And what we found out last year, it was 3 generations. So the mother brought her daughter and then her mother came.
Okay.
So that's, you know, that's 3 generations. And then the mother's son, the mother brought her son, and then her husband brought his mother.
Okay.
And that's, again, creating those memories. We do educational workshop. We also do educational workshop. We are an advocate for mental health awareness. Our children are telling us what they need in their own ways. And so I like to tell parents or anyone that has a youth in their, anybody that has youth, let's put our cell phones down. Let's have them put theirs down and start having these uncomfortable conversations. Because a lot of times when you ask your youth, how are you doing? They got their head down, I'm okay. But we know that every day is not an okay day for us, right?
Right.
So we need to put the phones down and start having those uncomfortable conversations, you know?
Right, most definitely. I also want to give a big shout out to Mr. U in the comment section. As well, he's in the comment section. My peace, big shout out to him. Mr. U, keep up the great work. Much love to you, my brother. Keep striving each and every day. Keep involved. So big shout out to Mr. U because he is making noise here in DLW himself. And I know he's part of the event that you got going on as well. Also, I know he's very excited about that. So big shout out to Mr. U that's watching. So we're gonna go into our first commercial break, and we're gonna jump right back into our conversation. Just a Queen with Goals featuring Nikki Jackson. So wherever you may be watching us at, ladies and gentlemen, put hashtag Just a Queen with Goals and let us know where you're watching us from, and we'll give a big shout out when we get back in. So we're gonna tune in to our first commercial break, and after that, we'll be right back with our Q&A conversation.
Tarrant County just spent $18 million on what?
Girl, they just spent $18 million sending inmates to Garza County because all 4 of our jails are filled here. And I know it's because these courts are backed up. This is a problem, but Mark, I know you can help fix this.
Okay, I know what I need to do. I'm Mark Clayton, judicial candidate for Tarrant County Criminal District Court 2. I promise to continue serving and protecting the citizens of Tarrant County by following the law, upholding our Constitution, ensuring fair and equitable sentencing, ruling firmly but with compassion. I need you to make your mark in 2024. Run to the polls and vote for me because your life depends on it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking His Impact Voice podcast. And like I said, we thank everybody for tuning in. Mr. U said in the comments, said much love from and Nikki. Love y'all, love you back as well, my brother. Keep up the great work. So we're back here. You had brought an interesting point, Nikki, about the having conversation, which is very important because we in a world now where social media has. I won't blame social media, but how individuals handle social media. We're so distracted by electronic devices. Where if you go out today, people don't even have conversations no more. They're so busy glued into their phone and just annoying the person they're with. Compared to back then, before cell phones and Facebook and Instagram, we didn't have none of that stuff. You just had good old-fashioned conversation. So I'm glad you brought that up. Getting back to the basics, going back to that landmark of having conversations, where a lot of time individuals are dealing with a lot of things, questioning a lot of things on a regular basis. Where did that all originate from? Is having these conversations, having healthy conversations, having uncomfortable conversations. Because I'm going biblical for a moment. The Bible said Adam and Eve were naked and they was not ashamed. In other words, they didn't have anything to hide, even though they was naked physically. But if you look at the spirit, that's how God wants us to be. God wants us to be naked and not ashamed, not embarrassed. To have these conversations where it's all about having a breakthrough, Nikki. Because I had a conversation with someone on yesterday. And I never been to an AA meeting, but I know in AA they teaches you to admit that you have a problem.
Right.
And that's how we gonna get our breakthrough. Once we admit that we have an issue. So we better talk about the issues. And a lot of time, Nikki, people are get that judgmental mindset where I'm going through this or I may experience this, but I don't want to be judged. How can we get past that judgmental? Because it's all about having a breakthrough. The scripture said, whom the Son set free is free indeed. So it's all about having a breakthrough. So what you want to say about that?
So yeah, it's time to start having those, creating safe places, just creating those safe places where your children, being transparent. I know in my household, when I was younger, my mother was very transparent about what she went through in her life. And so that caused me to do the same, because a lot of times when you're a parent, your children are on your journey too. So yeah, the parents have trauma, but then also the kids, they go through everything that we're going through, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of, in the back of the days, what went on in the household, you don't talk about, the crazy auntie, the crazy uncle, but they had issues that they never got resolved. So that's why they became, so it was a label, the label was they're crazy, but actually they wasn't. They just hadn't been able to heal from their traumas. So what I had to do once I started healing from my traumas is I had to pull my kids back and listen to their stuff, listen to their stories, because they had stories too that I didn't even know. And that's how the healing process, we can stop it going from generation to generation. Is to have safe places for our youth and adults. When we do these workshops, when we do these events, it's to bring awareness, to let your children know what you've been going through. I went to, last year, I went to a conference, a women's conference. And I was sitting next to this 80-year-old lady, 80, who had not had a chance to heal from her traumas. 80. And she just, so could you imagine I couldn't even imagine holding on from trauma stuff or things that happened in my past and not healing. You can't flourish to be who you called to be because you have all that trauma. And so we need to start creating safe places for our families to heal. Children, mother, father, aunties, uncles, everyone needs to heal, and it's a whole picture. So it's not just, the mother heals and then the kids are here. Everyone needs to heal. So we need to start creating those safe places.
Right. Yeah.
Start bringing board games. Me and my family, we sit down, no phones. We start playing board games, play board games, taking walks, just creating, again, that safe place.
Right. Having dinner together at the dinner table, instead of everybody go to get their plate and everybody go to their room, sitting down, having these dinners, together. We have got away from that. We're so, we say, divide and conquer. It's like the devil wants us to be divided and conquer so bad, and it does happen. But just really coming together, having these conversations, bring forth delivery, bring forth breakthrough, and not to be afraid. And you said to make a safe place. Let's talk about that. the trust. Individuals having a hard time trusting other individuals with their deep dark secrets, their habits, the thing they're dealing with is, okay, I open up to you, could you hold that? Or if something go wrong, you notice when individuals are mad at other individuals, they go and plaster their personal business all over social media. So now it's like people are having a hard time trusting individuals, because I know if we have a falling out, or we may go out some ways, would it stay between us, or we just go? Because people do that all the time. They go and blast other people for some, I don't know why, but you just can't do that.
Yeah, I guess that's just that individual's character. You can show me one time that I can't trust you and I fall back. That's just how I am. We all outgrow individuals. So what you've told me shouldn't go anywhere. I don't have it. I wish you the best, but that's just some people's characters.
Right. Yeah. So that's what it's all about. But I'm glad that we are talking. I say we are now addressing the elephant in the room. When I said address the elephant in the room, we are talking about a lot of things now. And I remember I had a couple on the show about a year and a half ago, and before they got together, they put everything out on the table. They had, like you said, uncomfortable conversations before getting together, and that's another thing too. Before we get with anybody, we don't have these conversations. We had a mask on. We'll say the right thing. We'll do the right thing. Walk this way. And then when we get into it, once we make that commitment to the individual, that's when the real them come out.
Yeah.
And then another thing, why you signing for all this? Why you didn't tell me all this and all this other stuff? Because of not having these conversations. We do get caught the physical aspect of an individual, but knowing they are dealing with something behind the scenes. And then address these things, talk about these things, because this stuff is real. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't play. It's a lot of serious stuff going on out here in this world. It's people who are exposed to a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's like we are, and especially in the world of social media, because think about with our children, they are exposed to a lot of things.
Our children are dealing with things that we didn't have to deal with. They're dealing with a lot.
Yeah, and it's some real stuff out there, Nikki. Especially when it comes like electronic, like video games. You have pedophiles out there. Just be real. You have pedophiles out there who will disguise themselves as children, just to get your son or your daughter.
Yep, our household, we experienced that on Roblox. So parents, grandparents, uncles, aunties, y'all need to watch our youth on these game systems, because it's real. We had an incident where someone was talking to my child on Roblox, and she thought it was some youth, and when I did my investigation, it was a grown person. So they are getting our children in each and every way, and so we have to really be careful and watch and monitor them phones, them games, and things like that.
Yeah, because there's some weird stuff going on here, and you gotta be careful. You got to be careful, because you have people disguising themselves as youth to get your child. So be careful out there. Also, what I'm saying, even if your child living at home with you, closing the door. A child shouldn't close their door anyway. That is your house. Until they get older, they can do whatever they want to do at their house. But when they're in your establishment, it's all about abiding by your rules and stuff like that. Another thing also, Nikki, is our children want to be able to come talk to their parents about anything, instead of just fussing at them. Because we have parents who just hoop and holler at their kids just for that question. So that shuts them down, where they go get their own advice from an outsider. What you want to say about that?
That is absolutely correct. Running a youth program, we hear that a lot. So as adults, we do have to kind of, we're telling our youth that they can come talk to us anytime, let us know. But we're always, nah, that ain't happened, or that ain't, sometimes we have to just listen to what they're saying. and then you come back and you can say something. But we have to start listening, because a lot of times, again, they don't want to talk to us because we're doing all that screaming and yelling, or even sometimes we might be on our cell phones. We might not be available. So we have to start being available so that they can talk to us. Have that open door policy. One of my kids, she doesn't like to verbally say something, so we have a code. So when she does that, I know what time it is. Have a code, have a system for your child, just creating that safe space. If they have to write it down to give you, it is very important that we create safe places for our youth. It really is. They're dealing with, we have suicidal, we found out through our youth program that one of our girls was suicidal. The pressure of, mom always being at work. And I was one of them moms that was always at work, putting pressure. Sometimes we put too much pressure on our youth, and we're not realizing that, And so our youth, again, are really leading us. So pay
Right.
very attention. Take that time off to get off the phones, get off work early if you can, create time for them. So on our household, what we do is we have family day, but and then I also take each individual day for for that one child to spend some quality time.
Right, because it's a lot going on when it comes to sex. Let's just be out there. When it comes to sex, that stuff goes on. They get these habits from outside individuals, where having these conversations, like you said, what they say back in the day, the birds and the bees, but better have these conversations with your children, because parents, you are preparing your children for life. It's not the school. Everybody think it's not the school job. The school about education, but when it comes to life, the parents have to prepare them for life. Prepare them when it comes to making decisions. Prepare them on what to do, what not to do, how to address things, how to apply things on a regular basis. And that's what it's all about. So I'm glad now that we are having these conversations where it causes us room to grow. It's causing us room to evolve and to get better as individuals, get better as a community. And that's what it's all about. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna finish up our conversation. We're gonna jump into another commercial, then we'll jump right back into our Q&A conversation.
Just living the best of my life. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, what you know about that? Believe I receive. I ain't talking about the contact. Fall back. No, you know what? Let it in. Jesus saves. And Gabe brought his own testament. Testify. I ain't never been a pedophile. Recognize my baby girl is my prize. No games. Word is bond. And I've been working so hard. I just thank, oh Lord, that we made it thus far. And I got my prayers up that the troops come home. I can feel your energy even through these broken walls. And I got my prayers up that the troops come home. I can feel your energy even through these broken walls. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. You gotta sacrifice, been working my whole life. But when I look back, he's been there my whole life. Love working on the inside, so. And for that news, looking and feeling brand new. Got a crew for the dollar sign. What's more loyal is they don't need to see a dollar sign to be there for you. Respect the wishes. And I got bills too, so respect is given. We about to take flight, secure precision. Anything you put your heart into, you can do. Had to run the numbers up when I showed the proofs. Just living the best of my life. Just living the best of my life. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Man, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm Just living the best of my life. Just living the best of my life. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast. Big shout out to Gabriel Willard outside of Atlanta. Hot Atlanta, they say. Like I say, great guy, great individual. Had him on the show before. And great friend, I want to say. He had submitted that videos a couple months ago. So it's all about working within, right? It's all about changing that mindset. And that's what we have to do. We have to change the mindset, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about the outer appearance. You can buy the new clothes, you can buy the this and that, the outer stuff. But if that inner man or that inner woman has not changed, you're just gonna get the same results, just in new clothes. You know, Jesus said you can't put old wine in new wines. You can't put old wine in new wineskin. It's gonna burst. You gotta realize that old mindset and new it cannot coexist. No, so it's all about growing, developing, and like you mentioned earlier, Nikki, getting out the comfort zone. Let me ask you, what philosophies do you apply on a regular basis when it comes to maintaining success, when it comes to closing deals and just being a woman of excellence and being a woman of integrity?
I would say number one is just being myself, being transparent. Being myself, showing up. I'm just being obedient to what God called me to be. And so I'm walking in purpose, you know.
And I always believe that it's all about having a life that you want to live. We are created beings. You know, the Bible said that God created the heavens and earth. He put everything in perspective. We are created beings. We can create. We create with our thoughts. We create with our words. You know, death and life is the power of the tongue. So you speak or eat the fruit thereof. So it's all about speaking life. Having vision. The scripture said, without a vision, the people perish. And I hear a lot of times, Nikki, people have a vision. I have a vision for a ministry. I have a vision for a business. But what about having a vision for the family? You know, charity start at home, then spread abroad. Getting that vision for family, like you mentioned, you have family get together. You have a day set aside for family to get together. That's a vision. Okay, our vision, having it so my family could be close knit, that we could be a strong unit, that we could be able to have each other back. Not only that, have each other back, but hold each other accountable, inspire each other, motivate each other, and all that great stuff. Now we got times now where parents are teaching their children about entrepreneurship, teaching them how to get out there and make their own money. Because I know back in the day, when you wanted to make some money, what you did, you got to get out there, either you gonna pick up a job, or you get out there like what the boys used to do. Get out there and cut grass. That's entrepreneurship. Because you're creating your own income, you know. So what about, part of their program, are y'all teaching the children as well about entrepreneurship, teaching them how to create jobs for themselves at a young age?
Yes, and so one of the programs that we'll be launching in the near future is, and you just spoke on it, so you might have a father and son cutting grass, right? Already, they're cutting grass for the house. So why not make that a business? Building generational wealth. So you might have the mother and daughter already doing hair outside the home, right? So let's make that a business. You know, if the sister already doing makeup, let's make that a business. So we're all for teaching our children the entrepreneur side. And we spoke about the children already being on their cell phones and, you know, doing videos and just being on the phones now. And so why not teaching them how to podcast, teaching them video photography, or you know what I'm saying, to take pictures and stuff like that in videos. Let's make it a job.
Right. Housekeeping, you know, that's entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Whatever your gift is, if you like to cook, if you in there baking, cooking for the family, let's make that a business. I'm all for it.
Yeah, cause I remember when I was in school, they were teaching us how to do it. Like trade school, you know, they were teaching us in trade school about plumbing, mechanics.
Yeah.
People don't understand, man. especially for the fellas, the guys, get a trade. When I say get a trade, when you get a trade, you go and build for yourself.
Yeah.
Because I remember this guy back at home, he was a mechanic. He worked for a mechanic shop, but he also had the business on the side too. You made great money in mechanics. We had a mechanic. We had a big shout out to Herbert. He was a mechanic, young man. He was a mobile mechanic, and he would go and work on people's cars. Now that this young man not just working in the DFW, but this young man had clients in LA, and they would fly this young man out just to work on their vehicle. Even though they was his clients here, he did a good job that they'll fly him out. And this is a true story. They will fly him out to California just to work on their vehicle and get paid good and took care of room and board and everything. You gotta be creative, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tell y'all this that's listening tonight. Don't kill your dream. Just because you may be experiencing a setback or a hang up, don't kill your dream. All one can stop your dream is you. It's not nobody else. Don't blame this person, this individual. Don't kill your dream. All things are possible. The Bible says that with God, all things are possible. So I just want to tell those on here that's listening to us tonight, Nikki, don't kill your dream. Don't give up. Before you right at that point, don't give up. Just because it seems like nobody may not be responding, or they may not be sharing anything, or don't give up. Remember, just because you may not get that sale, or you may not get that promotion, whatever you want to call it, that's not define you. That's just an I do. It's not an I am. Yeah. You gotta tell yourself, I am successful. I am wealthy. I am a genius. I am smart. Jay-Z said at the Grammys, just keep showing up.
That's all. That's all you got to do is keep showing up. And on the entrepreneur side, and just on a professional side, personal side, we have to start getting in tune with personal and professional development. Start, doing workshops. Start being in those conferences. Again, being in a room with the right people. That is going to also help.
Right. And also the little things too, ladies and gentlemen. Home wise, nigga, people forget about that too. If you never made your bed up, start somewhere. That's a start. Get up, make your bed up before you get up and going. I'm just throwing stuff out there, Nikki. Little simple things like preparing yourself, being organized, being structured. I remember back when I was in school, my mom, she would teach. Well, we had to do our own uniforms, but she would teach us how to do it especially on Sunday, iron our clothes for the week. That's preparing us that was teaching us how to meet everything before the deadline. Structure. You know what I'm saying? Start somewhere. Little thing you need to be working on. Being more organized. Go ahead.
I tell people I challenge you to do something for 90 straight days. And then you got it. It becomes a habit. If you, like you said, showing up, train yourself, being consistent for 90 days, whatever that is, whatever that 90 days look like to you. So it might not be every day for 90 days, but it might be once a week for 90 days. This is what I'm going to do. And if you do it, you already, you there, you got it.
Right. And also doing the follow-up, if you being a man and woman, your word. What I apply is what I do now, Nikki. I put a schedule together on how I want my day. The Bible tells us to number our days with wisdom. So it's okay to number your days. So I plan my day. I got the Google calendar. If you got a mental calendar, use your mental calendar. Some people have to write this stuff down. I ain't gonna lie to write my stuff down. But it's training me because I'm training myself. I'm being in control so I won't get control because you allow other things, you allow outside things to control you. Yeah, so you want to be able to control yourself because you got to think about you have to destroy your ego. Your ego gonna tell you, oh, we could do it tomorrow. Oh, we could do it later. Oh, I'm tired. That's that ego talk. Think about it. The flesh cries out when it's hungry. The flesh cries out when it's tired. The scripture tells us that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So you have to get out your comfort zone. Like you mentioned, It'd be times where I don't feel like putting together the show. It'd be times when I don't feel like designing flyers or booking a client to come onto the show. That's getting out my way. I don't base stuff off your emotions, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say, because we base stuff off emotions, we'll never get anything done. Or I'm feeling it today, so I'm gonna do it today. But then tomorrow I ain't feeling it. And I ain't doing it because I'm not feeling it today. We'll never get anything done.
I say no excuses, but it's okay to take a self-care and mental day off, but it's no excuses. There are no excuses why you can't get it done. You just don't want to get it done.
Well, because, at the end of the day, Nikki, because when you're working for yourself, you got to realize you have to create your own income. And people don't understand that. Because you have to create your own income. It's not like you work for somebody else where you're guaranteed to get a paycheck if you come to work. But now you have to create your own paycheck. What advice think we give to someone who's starting out where they feel like, I didn't realize it was this tough? What advice will you give them on how to be better prepared? Because the scripture tells of my people to struggle for lack of knowledge because they reject it.
Find your niche, find your zone, find your lane, and stay in it and just keep going. Don't, you know what I'm saying? If you go to the bread aisle, I like to use that excuse on the bread aisle. Don't get discouraged because somebody else is doing the same thing or they might be further in the entrepreneurship journey. But how many breads do they have on the bread aisle? And everyone doesn't like the same bread, so so just keep going, Find your niche and just keep going. If you're spiritual, pray over it. If that's what God is calling you to do, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. Just because we have like burger places, we have a lot of different burger places. You have McDonald's, you have Burger King, you have Whataburger, you have In-N-Out, but everybody has different tastes. Even though they do the same thing, but everybody don't like the same. But no, everybody don't like the same thing. You got some people who don't like McDonald's, but they prefer Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Do that put McDonald's out of business? No. You got some people who like McDonald's. Use this analogy, like people have different tastes. So it's good that we have a different variety of everything that people can pick from. It doesn't say that you're a bad person or you feel less of an individual. No, because everybody has different tastes. Just because they like Burger King, you got this group who like McDonald's. So that's not shutting McDonald's down. McDonald's still open to this day. Burger King still open. I'm just using these analogies, but all these things are still going on today because everybody has different tastes for something. So that's good. We have these different variety of things to be able to choose from, and it's not shut nobody down. And that's a good thing about it. So I know we pressed for time, Nick. So Nick, what are your goals for the rest of 2024?
Is just keep making an impact in our community, keep bringing awareness. Again, just impacting the DFW area.
And that's what's up right there. So do you have any final remarks? I know I don't want to hold you. You're a very productive woman. I know you got some things you got done. The game don't stop. The business don't stop.
That part.
So what words of advice, what sounds of wisdom that you want to leave here with the listening audience that's listening to us right now as we're live streaming, and also go back and listen to us in the near future?
I would say, being a founder of a nonprofit organization, I would challenge you to connect with a nonprofit in your area and ask how you can make an impact. Being a founder of an executive director, it's a lot of work. We need the community's help. So I just challenge you. I challenge you to connect with a nonprofit. And a lot of times it might not just be, money. You can volunteer. You can do fundraising for them. It's a lot of things that a nonprofit organization can use support. And so I just challenge all the listeners, all the watchers to get connected to a nonprofit organization and ask how you can help.
Man, that's what's up. So we're about to be lead this thing. We know that tomorrow is Valentine's Day tomorrow. So enjoy your Valentine's Day. Just love you. You know, a lot of people, I know this time, Nikki, where people feel discouraged because they may not have someone on Valentine's Day. What words of encouragement can you give an individual who may be feeling down because they don't have a significant other to share Valentine's with? I mean, you know you love yourself because
love yeah, definitely love yourself. If you're a guy, get your hair cut, you ain't got to go, but just do something for yourself.
Yeah.
I take myself out to the movies. I take myself out to eat. Whatever that thing is that you like to do it for yourself. Pour into you. Love yourself back. Love you.
Yeah, and that's it. So we about to leave this thing. We'll leave out with a music video. Man, y'all have a great night. Enjoy your Tuesday. And I will be back here tomorrow night here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast at 7 p.m. Enjoy your night, everybody. Peace.
Thank you. Enjoy your night.
Just keep your eyes on God and see this change